As part of the love druids got recently, the recently renamed Monarch of Storms has gotten buffs as well. A fairly substantial buff, in fact. Extra damage from 120 to 150, and the ability to re-hit targets every 1 second. Now, one small nerf is the ball lightning spawn rate is a little bit decreased, but that doesn't do that much damage anyway. But to give you some perspective on how much of a difference this makes, this re-hitting, well, here's the Monarch of Storms run I did 7 months ago, to where, as you see, I wasn't able to pop the bat on round 140. I had about a third HP left. And what do you know? I still happen to have that exact save over here, 7 months later. So we can actually see the difference it makes now, with the same towers and all. Hell, I'll even take off the Jerry Fire that I ended up using for that run. I think I did use a Camera Pot, and I did use Deadeye to be able to shoot faster. I believe I also did use a Rejuve there, so I'll go ahead and spam back-to-back on the Druid here with a last-minute Deadeye. And the difference now should be apparent, as it will pop and we will survive 140. Very late, but note again, no Jerry Fire. If we add that, difference would be even bigger. So what I want to do now is tackle a tougher map than Alpine Run with a Monarch of Storms carry. Not sure we can tackle 140 given how much it struggled in Alpine Run, but I guess you never really know until you try, so let's get it. Alright, so what I talked earlier about was the Monarch of Storms changes, but in the tiers below it, they also got a bit of a twist up, a shake up. So Ninja Kiwi says Ball Lightning is able to freeze more than 0 radius now, so it can hit things, and they also moved the camo section down to tier 4 to allow early camo assistance outside of Oben strategy as well. So much for that, as I am kind of doing an Oben Druid run, but besides that, still should be helpful because you still only get it on level 8. So if you do happen to get the Ball Lightning before open level 8, which honestly I guess is kind of unlikely, then it could still be useful over there. I don't know about that though. Anyway, Oben, I think I kind of have to do Druids. It's kind of tough on this map because obviously you can't place anything on this spot, only on the snow. I'm not sure I like this spot, so I am gonna try the center, but early game, you see, it's tough without range buffs. Oben can only see a small sliver. Seeking will help that, but still. The hope is that we'll get a village later, and Oben gives natural range to Druid, so that'll help too, especially when we get bottom path Druids on these guys for even more range. Go ahead and get Druid Reach, so this one's at least useful. Speaking of that village earlier, we are able to get away with a very, very, very early village, I guess thanks to Oben Seeking plus massive damage on his main attack here. And I guess that was quick. The Druid can now already see the top and bottom side. So that's a nice luxury to have. The tricky part about this run is definitely going to be figuring out how to save for Monarch of Storms though, because it is, as always, a tough save up from Ball Lightning, which is only what is it, $5,000 to something almost 10 times, or more than 10 times its cost. Still no camo yet, but let me cook here. I think if I drop a Bramble early, I can use a second one in the middle of 33, and this won't break. See if I did it correctly. Nope. Down to 0 seconds. I think I had to use it earlier in 32. Actually, alternatively, hang on, let me just redo round 32 again. And then start from round 33 here, with getting level 7, which allows Rambles to hit 100 Bloons, and somehow that hitbox is thick. You would not think that Spike can reach, but it does. It kind of looks like you're just imaginarily popping it down. But there we go. We got away with highway robbery there. An absolute money steal right there. I'm 1.5k off of getting Ball Lightning, which I actually think I can get before level 8. Let's see if I can... Oh, come on, Bramble. Why does it land on the mob lane sometimes? I know why. It's because you have to manipulate Oben to... If he uses his attack, then the Bramble will kind of land on the right spot. I don't think it worked out there. Why does it always default to the bottom left corner? How to manipulate? Yeah, see? I think I have to use an attack, but nope, same thing. Yeah, it's cooked. GG. Night vision goggle then. This is not even enough though for, I think, all the greens. We'll see, but unlikely. It needs to shoot 9 more times. No, I don't trust that. 2 night vision is then with cam priority, and that'll barely do it. And we probably could beat this round the cam of whites without ball lightning, but I'll get it anyway. And yeah, that was useful, I guess. The camo change, if only for 1 round, and technically doable without it. Because the druid apparently has Sea King tornadoes, you can see the tornado just going to both lanes, up, down, or down, up. We should be fine, so long as I have 200 damage out the butt somewhere. That's 100 with Oben, and that should be enough. Easy. Now the question, how many do I need? How much do I need to save up for Monarch? Pop Plus, I mean. I probably think 5 is good, because these can also do pretty decent mob damage. It also just occurred to me that level 9 is actually very good with this Oben Druid strategy, because for all this whole time, I thought, like, the only Pierce bonus, or the only bonuses Oben gives is Pierce and Range, so useful, but, you know, I love raw DPS. I love a good old damage or attack speed buff, or hell, even ability cooldown buff, and this actually provides that to the Monarch of Storms. Starting at tier 3, apparently it's a 17% attack speed increase for the tornado attack, which is good now because, well, that tornado actually does significant damage. So yeah, good to see some real stat bonuses from a hero for once, at least in Chimp's mode, because I feel it kind of annoys me that we have a hero that can buff the attack speed of everything in Azili, but you can't use her power-up in Chimp's mode because it costs lives. So therefore, if you're trying to go for a support build, not every tower can get a buff from a hero. You can only go for specific buffs, like, say, I'm just gonna drop that tree there, but say Brickle and Water Towers, if you wanted to buff attack speed buff like a Mermonkey or an Ice, well, you're out of luck, because that doesn't work anymore. So there's no hero where you can actually get those to be stronger, or to support those towers for DPS. I like heroes that give those stat bonuses. 63 should be a freebie with even just 1 ball lightning. I know I talk a lot of shit about how terrible of a save up like ball lightning is to Monarch of Storms, but as a tower itself, for its price point, it seems pretty good. Like, this is a pretty solid save up so far, and I'm pretty sure I don't need much more to get there if this is holding strong. At just 3 Populus right now. You might add a 4th if I need it, but frankly, I don't think I'm lacking too much extra mob damage. Maybe instead of spending money, some extra open levels would help me out by the time those harder rounds come, like, say, 75, 79, etc. I'm pretty sure we can actually afford this before 79 if I don't spend any extra, so it's really just this round. Beat this one, and I think we're good. Let's see. I think all I need is to keep this on first for the blowback. Maybe keep these on 1 on strong. The other 2 can handle the mobs just fine. God, that blowback is nasty. Okay, I'm just gonna tree that. Seemed like a little bit of a Pierce cap issue there. Just a couple more to go. Come on. Wow. That's insane. Insane blowback Pierce. I really thought we were getting overwhelmed there, but I guess not. Oh, I guess 1 extra change I forgot to mention. Druid of the Storm Pierce went up of the Tornado, I believe. 11 is nothing. It's not nothing. In fact, that's almost like almost 50% Pierce bonus, which is kind of insane if you think about it. Pair that with the multiplicative 1.45 is it Pierce that we're getting from Druids, and the +1. And don't forget about Oben's +1. Ball Lightning was stinking up a storm for 54 updates before it realized, wait, I'm goated. Let me refresh Wall of Trees if I need it. Riga Rainbows are low-key kind of scary because I actually don't have the middle path. I didn't buy Heart of Oak on these druids. Maybe I do? Nah, who am I kidding? Boom. That was such an easy save up. I know this is an intermediate map, but I feel like Quiet Street's on the harder end of intermediate because of the placement of towers. One bonus, too, of the re-hitting is that technically rounds should go a little bit faster, because before, you would, if you have less damage, then obviously it would take even more blowbacks for, say, this ZMG, for example, to fall. It still takes the longest time, but if I'm counting the amount of bounce backs, only 4, so on average 1,000 damage per storm there. Damn, it just melted those BFBs. I can count the amount of tornadoes it shoots out each round. That was 5. 5 and it wipes it out. This round, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zoomers and Gen Alpha shaking their head in disgust that the Druid couldn't throw out one more tornado. So I think we'll just stack attack speed at this point. Actually, before going for more Populous, let's just make the jump to, like, the big boy boost. Like, Ultra Boost would be amazing. Again, it's usually better just to go for the big save-ups whenever you can. Now, I know they do different jobs, but to me, honestly, Monarch of Storms just feels like a way better version of Balloon Crush now, because one, it blows back, knocks back more, and it actually does significant bad damage, at the expense of course, 10 more K. But the thing is, it's easily buffable with 5 Populous Druids. Now, again, 10k does make a difference, especially in Chimps mode. It'll be easier to save up for Balloon Crush on harder maps where Ball Lightning isn't as good. But outside of that, to me it feels like there's no reason to ever go for it if you can make the jump to this thing. Watch as 98 goes down without even a fight. The tornadoes I saw actually did get Pierce Cavalier, so yeah, I definitely gotta top up those two druids later. Perhaps that might be one issue with Monarch versus Balloon Crush. I'm pretty sure Balloon Crush has way more Pierce. This will be a good test, though. Starting at 1853, how much of the bad damage does this do on its own? Please tell me it's enough to beat it. Oh, it's not even going to be close. Oh my god, this did 23 out of the 28k damage. And we're just getting started with the buffs. I could have easily just gotten an overclock on this too, but I didn't, because I don't need to. I'm gonna keep rolling with this guy until I see a reason to buy another upgrade. 82k save up on normal chimps. And we're only just getting started here because I'm pretty sure this just auto wins 101 to 119, assuming it doesn't get Pierce Cap to, say, 104. So I'm pretty sure we can double the save up. Let's see if I can pull that off or not, because if I can, then I might go for the next step above Ultra Boost. Granted, I don't think I have enough money to be that greedy. We'll see, though. We'll see. Alright, here we are. 104. Are we gonna get Pierce Capture or not? It looks like it's pushing on us a little bit, but still, not really. Yep, that confirms it. We're good until 119, I think. Now, I highly recommend that if you are doing this strategy, that you are, 1, either multitasking, or 2, you have something else to do. You don't have any obligations for the next hour or so, because I know not everybody can play with mods. I'm always playing, for those wondering, I'm always playing on PC, where I can download Mod Helper and have... This is 10x fast forward, by the way, compared to 3x normal, so I'm playing at over 3 times your normal fast forward rate. Yet here I am still kind of waiting around. Oh, this round might call for another Populous, but nope, held off. Makes sense, ZMGs have the most amount of balloon inside, so popping them all at once is kind of a bad thing. Thankfully, it was kind of scattered here, so we good. Like a spoiled child, I don't know what it's like to play this game without a fast forward. Well, technically I do in boss events where it's ranked and I can't use mod, but normally you don't want to fast forward through that anyway. But this run will legitimately take you quite a while. You'll need at least an hour if you're taking Monarch of Storms and you're not putting anything at the entrance. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I told you I could double my save up now. I added 1 extra Populus this round, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need more than that for the amount of scaling, right? Or are we actually gonna clutch up? It's gonna be close, but I think we need a little bit more. Just a little bit. Wait. If it keeps attacking, this is good for me. Tornado's bouncing everywhere. I just need 1 in a clutch spot. Come on. Come on. Nope, but it's so close that just adding a 5th one, I think, does it. Okay, actually, instead of adding the other Populus, let me just overclock. This is 67% more attack speed, which is better than what 2 gives. It's not full uptime, but it's way more tornadoes. Here's this. Look. Early 1. Very early 2. And 1 more overclock. GG. Right? Nice. This is a very stupid play, and it's probably not worth it, but in case you can't tell right now and why I'm not buying Ultra Boost yet, I'm greedy as hell. And I just kind of want to go for a support temple, which probably doesn't pay itself off because I can't afford all of that in time. It's a play that probably would have been worth it before the temple nerfs, where you only needed 25k to get the best sacrifices, but now you need 45. An extra 20k down the drain is kind of annoying, eh? But hey, it looks like I can afford it right now, so let's go ahead and do it for 23% more attack speed on this and more range, which makes it a little bit better than just 20. And yes, I got fed up with 10x fast forward because it was too slow, so now here I am at 25x. 8 times faster than your normal fast forward. And personally, this feels way more my speed. I know you make a lot of money in free play now, but I don't think it's enough to get me Ultra Boost in time, sadly. Yep, I would have been 10k short of Ultra Boost, so I just went ahead and called Arms. And if this does not work, then yeah, ditch the Sun Temple, as funny as it was to get, and just do Homeland and Ultra Boost, which should be a much bigger difference. DPS though, single target 2,000 up to 3,000 when I guess you can bounce it off very nicely, or very closely. And honestly, the progress is... oh man, I think I've got a Homeland. It low-key could have worked. I'll have you know I decided to go for the temple just simply to prove a point, because I knew it wasn't going to work out. So instead, again, I said I'd replace it with the Homeland and Ultra Boost, and also a Bounty Hunter tier 4. That gives a big, thick range, and let's see if that's enough now. If it's not, then we tried our hardest. But unfortunately, we cannot overcome the bad here. Let's make sure to use this Call Arms once it times out immediately. Come on, it's so close. I'll drop a Bramble too. Re-overclock. Here's our last Deadeye. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Last damage phase. It needs to keep attacking, but it didn't. No. Damn, what a run, though. Now, I think if I Ultra Boosted the Druids here, I bet we could squeeze out some more rounds. Okay, fine. I guess we might as well try a little bit some more. So, Glue Strike, Embrittlement. That will give +3 for all of these Druid Thorns here. And that might be enough to make a difference. Let's see. Last damage phase should be earlier. Is it? I think so. One last Deadeye here to finish it off. Come on. Come on. No? Oh, wow. Okay, that was so clutch. You cannot get any closer than that right there, folks. All right, so we're given another life. And given there's no F-bats for a while, I guess this can keep going. Back to 25x fast forward, I guess. Now, I don't want to keep cheesing it with non-Monarch of Storms buffs, so the next thing to get would be Permbrew. Probably not going to make it at this rate before we die, because bads are starting to kill us with scaling. Just the normal bads, even. They are putting up a fight. Pretty much about as strong as a fight as the F-bad 10 rounds go. So, counter days. Even 25x speed at this point is a chore. Again, the more HP the CMGs have, the longer it takes. Those FZMG rounds were hell, let me tell ya. And that didn't take long at all. 151. I've tried a few times, and that's about as close as things get, so I guess that's it. That still should say a lot about the Monarch, considering it got to a further round on a much harder map than before. And not just a higher round, but like, kind of smashed it. That was a fun strategy. I rate 8 out of 8.